This time on forces, just kind of the intro to the forces, and just kind of go through. There's only a couple of slides in this, so again, I'm going to try to keep this short. I keep saying that. You probably heard me saying that, so I'm going to stop saying that. Okay, so what is forces? Well, there's different types of forces. I just haven't actually decided to, I discovered gravity, if you can call it that, but I'm not going into that. You can see there's different types of forces. I'll let you read this. I'll put this up as a presentation as well. Like I say, it's only 2 or 3 slides anyway. So you get static and dynamic forces. A little brief one on this. Static forces are a weight. It's a weight on a structure that does not move. Right? So that's really what that's talking about. So if you're thinking about in your house, what's kind of a weight weighs down in your house but doesn't move? Well, you can think about the roof in your house. That's weighing down on the walls of your house, but it doesn't move or shouldn't move. You can also talk about furniture in your house as well. Your bed, unless you move it about, your bed should be kind of in one place most of the time, you know, unless you decide to reorganize your room. So a static force, furniture in your house, weighing down on the structure, but it doesn't move about. So that's a static force. A dynamic force is something that does weigh on an object or in your house, and does move. So an example of a dynamic force is the people in your house. They're kind of, if you're standing in your room, your weight is going down onto the floors and onto the surrounding walls and the structure. So you're weighing your own body mass is putting a weight on the structure of your house, and you do move about. So if you move about from room to room, that's causing stress in different parts of the house. Okay, you get enough people on a floor, and it might end up kind of giving a wee bit more kind of structural instability to it. So a dynamic force, something that weighs down on an object and does move. So cars on a bridge, cars going over a bridge move, and they're weighing down on the bridge as well. Okay, and you can see there's a wee explanation, but you can read that yourself and just try to kind of give a wee bit more overview for it. Sometimes it's good just to get someone talking through it. We've got other things here. Compression and tension will be a good one because they kind of work together a wee bit. I like to think they do that. Bending forces, as you can see, a bending force is just something that bends. So if you grab a ruler and you hold it at one end, overhanging a desk or something, you can bend down on that. And I'll come back to that ruler in a second. The diving board, again, when someone stands at the end of the diving board, it will tend to bend slightly. A shear force is just something that's cutting through an object. So scissors cutting through paper is an easy one to kind of remember about that. And it talks about a mower cutting the grass. So shear force is just that. Compression, it's obviously talking more about, you know, taking an object like a can here. You can take maybe the top and bottom and crush it from both ends would be compression. It's also compression doing it through the middle, but if you can imagine that going that way is a compressive force. Okay, and tension here, if you're pulling from both ends like a tug of war thing, that's actually it's under tension because it's getting, well, and some sort of intense, in some sort of way it's getting stretched. Okay, and if you're talking about a structure like maybe a part of a bridge, if something's under tension, okay, I'm just stretching this out, so that's under tension. Say that's part of a bridge there. That's under tension, but it's also known as a tie. Let's try to tie these two bits of the bridge together. And for compression, if this bit of the bridge here, this beam, another word for a beam is a member. So if this member here, just draw this back in here. So if this member, we'll call this member A. Oh, and member B. Right. So this one's under compression. It's called a strut. S-T-R-U-T. At this point, I wish I'd never written this in because my handwriting's absolutely awful on this wee clicky mouse thing. Okay, so strut, that's member A. It's under compression. So anything that's under compression, that's a member, like a part of a bridge. It's a strut. It's called a strut. And if part of a bridge or a member of the bridge is under tension, it is a tie. Okay, just a wee bit of extra information. It won't come in important because I'll have a wee task on there for you to try and figure out what's under tension and what's under compression. So that'll be good. I'm over 5 minutes already, so I'm going to speed this up a bit. Just quickly to apply certain force. Okay, and that's it. That's forces, and that's the forces we just really need to worry about. Like I say, tension and compression are the most, I don't know, important ones, but the most ones that kind of come up. But the rest of them, it's worthwhile knowing. And you'll have a go at a couple of the kind of worksheets on this anyway. So that's me. Hopefully Thank you. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and as I said, just stay safe. Thanks. Bye.